Okay, welcome back. This is a recording of our assignment with our new program that we're doing with Scratch called Cheese Chase. Now, what we need to make sure we look at is following the directions. We need to open up Scratch. Make sure you log in. I had several students this morning that were not able to save their work because they did not log in. From there, click on Create, and let's start with a blank slate. First off, we're going to, since we're dealing with cheese, we want to sit there and put a mouse. Your main character is going to be that of a mouse. So go down to your sprites and then click on the magnifying glass or just click on the cat, either one, and type in mouse. Now, we're going to choose mouse one. It's got many costumes that we may be using. From there, we've now added it to our coding. We're working on the code. The cat, we can go ahead, sprite one, we can go ahead and delete. So we're going to click on that and remove it. If we need to add it back in later, we can. Okay, first off, like we've done in the past, we need an event. So we're going to again start with the green flag. From there, we simply want to go ahead and do our forever statement. So that's going to be in the controls. Now, if then. Now, we want to use our if then more than once because we're using multiple buttons. For each button we use to control the mouse, we need an if then statement. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there 4 times. We don't want to use an if then else statement because then we would have to try to somehow say that if the up arrow is pressed, do this, else do that. So it doesn't really work out. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I had to turn it in to be repaired, so no, it has to be fixed. All right. I apologize for the interruption there. So now we want to look at our sensing. So now this is a little hard to see up there. I want to try to zoom in. We want to use the one that says key pressed. So we go to sensing, and then in there you should find key pressed, but we're not using the space bar. We want to use the up arrow. So let's click up there and find up arrow. Again, we can go ahead and put the next one on there, which would be the down arrow. And then the right and the left. So down, right, left. Give y'all a moment to work on that. Now, if you put the same button in there twice, you're going to have a bug. You're going to have an issue that's not going to allow it to work well. So now we want to sit there and we want to turn direction. We want to face the direction that we're going. So we want to go to motion. Because if I'm going up, I want that mouse to face up. From there, I want to go up here and point in direction. I'm going to go ahead and put that in 4 times because I've got 4 if statements. point in direction. Give y'all a moment to get all that in there. Now make sure you don't put it in between your ifs. It goes in the if. If it goes between the ifs, it's not going to read it correctly. Now, our next one that we need to look at is I want to point in that direction, but then I have to move. So let's go down here and find move. Actually, it's at the very top. We want to change that to 5 steps, not 10. So if I do it while it's over here in the coding menu, then when I move it over here, it's going to stay. And I can easily just move it in, and I don't have to keep changing the 10 to a 5 after every move. Now, I've got to get it in the right order. I don't want to move 5 steps and then point in the direction. I have to make sure it's point in direction and then move 5 steps. Make sure that you put the move in with the if statement. Now, here's your next challenge. I said we're going to be using the arrow keys, but also I want us to be able to use the ASWD keys. Now, I could sit there and repeat all of this. And it wouldn't be real hard. It just takes a few minutes, but there's an easier way to do that. If I go up here to the flag and right click, I see the word duplicate. If I click on duplicate, now I have it again. I can move it off to the side. And now where it says key, instead of being the up arrow, I can go down and find the W. You want to use W as your up. You want to use the S as the down. You want to use the D as the right. And then you want to use A as the left. There's many advantages to doing this. You've accommodated many different players. What if one player or someone that wants to play this game doesn't have a right hand? The right hand's typically used for the arrows. Maybe they've got a keyboard that doesn't have the arrows in a convenient spot. All US keyboards have the letters. Maybe I want to later add in a mouse with this using the mouse cursor or controller, and then I would want to be able to add that in there and have those letters. So there's a big advantage of having both of these. And it only took just a few seconds to add it. All right. Yeah, are there any questions about what we've done so far? Okay. We're going to pause here. I'm going to let y'all get work on this. Save your work as. So you go up here where it says untitled. We want to save it as Cheese Chase. How about if I spelled cheese correctly? Oh, you're right. Well, maybe I need to put my glasses on. Okay. So thank you very much. If you have questions, let me know.